Hi, I'm James Mitchell, editor of The Advisor, and here we are today with Tina Assadour from Aussie Home Loans. Tina, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
The first question I want to ask is, you're quite new to the industry.
Yeah.
So how have you found the transition into broking, being a new entrant yourself?
For me, it was a huge transition. Like I came from a role where I was kind of at the top of what I was doing. I mean, there's always room for growth, but I had my own training company and I'd had that for quite a number of years. So I was totally in control, to an industry that I knew very, very little about, in a role that I knew very, very little about. So it was very challenging and exciting. And I found that there was so much to learn that sometimes it was overwhelming, but not too bad.
Obviously, you've picked an interesting time to enter the profession with lots of changes happening. How have you adapted to all that?
I make sure that I read regular updates. So we're fortunate in Aussie that we get lots of lender updates. They come through pretty much instantaneously. So I make sure that I'm on top of all of my emails and keeping up to speed with all of the lender updates. Just going onto the different broker portals, talking to other people that are around me. You have updates, I read yours every morning. Just making sure that I'm across everything so that I can give the right information at the right time.
And do you have like a mentor or someone who helps you through that education process?
Well, I have quite a few people in Aussie. I was assigned a mentor when I started, but that relationship, even though it ended formally, we still talk and get together. I would say that I speak to a number of different people. There's no one in particular. I will go to lenders if I need to get answers on particular policy or credit assessors, or I'll go to other staff or more senior brokers within the office if I need to. I've built up quite a good network within my role, so that if I have any issues, I have a pretty quick few different people and points of contact.
So you've been in the industry for about 16 months now. What's been your biggest challenge, would you say, to date?
Oh, everything. The biggest challenge for me, personally, just the way that I am, I'm quite a control freak. So for me, it was just understanding that there will be things that are out of my control, and that's okay. And just to focus on the things that I can control and be very proactive within those areas, so that the other things aren't so great or don't have as big an impact on my role.
What skills or experience would you say you've managed to bring across from your previous profession in training and education to broking?
One of the things that attracted me to this was I'd had a few personal loans and I had experience with brokers before. The thing that I found was the communication sometimes probably wasn't as strong, or I didn't have an understanding as a customer as to what was going on. So I felt that my training background held me in in a strong position, because I have a way of making the complex simple, reading information and interpreting it in a way that different audiences can understand. So that was what I felt was my strength, bringing it across from one to the other.
And what are your plans for the future?
I just want to do what I do well, so that I have a value proposition to offer people. From there, I'll look at growth. When I initially came across into the industry, my goal was to do really well as a mobile broker within Aussie and the Aussie system, and then perhaps look at a franchise model, but also mentor and develop new brokers. I'm still passionate about education. I do help a lot of new brokers just instinctively within Aussie, and it's something that I believe in. Also looking at providing education programs for youth in relation to managing their finances, and providing education for single mothers. It's something that I have an interest in, or just to give them a little bit more education so that they have a stronger stance.
So what advice would you give to other new entrants?
Give it a go. You should wake up every morning and be excited about what you're doing. And if you're not excited about what you're doing, you need to think about it. So if this is an industry that you're looking to get into, this is something that is ever changing. There's something new. If you like a challenge, this is definitely something that would interest you.
Tina Assadour, thanks very much.
Thank you.